and actually think of the Buddha as just another concept. Not even, having that. See, they're not endowed to have that ability. So 7 is to be free from diluted practices. Oh, this is very, very intriguing. For instance, animal sacrifice. You see some people, kill animals to sacrifice them. Now, why is this diluted? Because I'd like to get your view to that too.
Because you're taking away life.
Or asceticism, for example, you're not eating until death. Is that a little bit of a diluted practice? Yes, because you will die. Immediately, it's not healthy. And that being will die. Or giving the name of Dharma. This is very important, okay? This is just the reason why some even talk about the Dharma, but they're thinking and wishing the opposite results. Okay? Meaning the Dharma path, which in fact produce opposite results, like following a certain cult. Many people don't even know, how they so believe into something. They're so ignorant, cannot see the fact into what they're doing. And good example is, I don't know if you've read it, is Agulimala. The story of Agulimala. Okay, this is actually in the sutras. Okay, so Agulimala's teacher taught him to attain freedom. He said, you have to kill 1,000 beings. And then when you have all of that, you collect their fingers and you put them as your ornament and a string to your neck. So imagine that you kill 1,000 human beings, you collect fingers of each, and you have 1,000 ring. You put them on a string and put it as a necklace on and then you will be freed. You're seeking freedom. And then on his 1,000th human being, he met the Buddha. Wow, look at this. So he killed already how many? 999. And he met the Buddha, because the Buddha is going to be the 1,000th. It's perfect. He's going to have the ornament. And he met the Buddha, and guess what? Buddha, of course, knows this already. And the Buddha preached to him. And then at that moment, he changed. Who actually, finally, can you believe this? When he met the Buddha, after listening to the Buddha, he attained arhatship. He became an arhat. This is how powerful to be acquainted with the Buddha. You can, yes, he has killed, but he can change that because he realized, right? So that is very, very important. It's diluted practices. So are you free from that? Are your practices diluted? Yeah, this sometimes is quite unique because we don't really realize what we're practicing. That's why the Buddha said you question your practice. You need to study, and you need what? You need to practice it, test it, and find logic to it. If it's not logical, doesn't make sense, why do you practice that? Okay? So contemplation of the causes. So that's the 8th. Oh, I'm sorry, that's the 7th, no? Okay, so the 8th, the last one of this perfect freedom is free from what? From stupidity. No matter how much, stupidity means, okay, no matter how much, a man has no intelligence, even how much you teach them, if they have no sort of intelligence or able to make sense of things, they will never retain, okay, the smallest glimpse of knowledge. So are we free from that?
Yeah.
Definitely. Wow. So just knowing this 8 qualities, to be free from this set of qualities, my goodness, this rebirth is therefore valuable. Have you met someone who is stupid? Helen said, mm-hmm.
Me, I'm stupid. Mentally challenged people.
That's true. That's right. No matter what, okay? So when they're born, they have no ability to learn and can remember things, how can you even sit like this and listen to the Dharma? Yeah. So contemplating, okay? The contemplation of the causes for rebirth in these worlds should help eliminate any remaining doubts concerning this certainty. Yeah, this actually makes you like, wow, goodness, this is serious. I have 8 qualities. I'm free of them. I'm very, very fortunate. It's not like, like the usual, say, oh, I'm human, I'm so... Really, you need to know why you're so fortunate. Because you're free from these 8 freedoms. Free realms, okay? This 8 status, okay? So that means that when you are free from these 8 ones, you are free from what? You are free from obstacles of wrong views and stupidity. You can then discriminate what is right and wrong. Yeah? Do we know what's right and wrong? Without any judgment, like you're not saying that, oh, that's right, because you have self-interest on that matter or subject. You know what's right or wrong. Right? So then therefore, you're able to practice skillful deeds. Yeah. So what should we do? We should rejoice. You should be very happy that you have all this, away from, you don't have these qualities, or you're not born in this state. So we have to call our mothers and say, Mom, wow, thank you. Yeah, there's so many to thank for. So then therefore, it's like now, what is the quality of your life now? The value of your life is like, you are like blind person, the blind person? And the blind person, went to his head and he caught a flea. A blind man caught a flea. What would the blind man do with the flea?
Kill it.
Okay, Helen, you and me will need to talk later. So what? See? If the blind man finds a flea, he will not, of course, what? Let this go. Because if it let it go, what happens? It goes back to his head, right? So, if that flea was bothering him and he finally caught it after a year or something, because he's totally blind, right? Right? He would be a fool to let it go. Yeah, but forget about, like what are you going to do with the flea? Of course, that means that, okay, the analogy is once you now know, okay, you found this as a blind person, you found the meaning, okay, you're very, very fortunate to be born free from these 8 realms. You are going to be really a fool to let it go. Your life, the meaning of this life. Yeah?
So what do you do with a flea?
You have to actually go out, all right, and let it go.
Yeah. Release it. There you go.
All right, Helen, but we still need to talk.
Spontaneous.
Because you had the same question with the mosquito last time. And that stuck in my mind.
And today I found a big cockroach.
Oh, you see, you're reporting another insect.
Yeah, so I took it to the gym.
Outside the gym or inside the gym?
Outside.
Okay, very good. We are therefore progressing. This is wonderful. We're going to learn this really step by step from insect different species. Okay? So then therefore you are now compelled by this realization, you are now compelled, okay, not to waste even a single moment, okay, of your precious rebirth. All right. Yeah. So then therefore we establish the mind. We establish the mind of a strong motivation, okay, necessary to practice for higher meditations. Yeah. Okay. So that's 8, right? We have 10 more to go. Oh, looks like, we need a break. You're like, I thought I will be having a party after this. And you said, Rakita, we have 10 more? And you said, oh my goodness, this is getting more, yeah. Because, yeah, you're gonna go to Briscoe now, right? Yeah, but we're gonna have to finish the 18 because you know what? After the 18, as soon as you get out, this complex, this temple, you will see your life and other people's life never the same. Well, at least that's my goal and hope. Okay. Hold on to your question, Albert.
Can we talk about the survival and sacrifice?
Okay. Yes. Yes.
That is some case. Yeah.
Survival and sacrifices of animals. Is that what you're... Yeah? Okay.
Go back to the killing, is it?
That is actually...
Or hungry ghosts.
No, that is the diluted practices.
The diluted practice.
Yes. What's your question there? I'll do my best to listen.
Just in case there is a snake coming into the house,
Okay.
what can we do?
What kind of snake?
Just leave it roving around?
Well, first of all, if you're bitten by the snake, you should not be acting anymore because you're bitten by the snake. Okay, so let's say you saw the snake coming in, right? Okay, this is very good. Everybody, you have to participate, meaning you have to be in this scene as well. Okay, so the snake coming in, first thing is you want to ask, is that a snake? Because it could be something else.
Oh, a snail?
It could be a hose.
No, it's definitely
No,
a
no,
snake.
It could be a rod. Oh, huh?
What's the prevention?
No, it's a snake.
Okay, so let's say, oh my goodness, that is a real snake. Did you first qualify it as a snake? Well, of course, Albert, you're not going to go say, hey, are you a snake? So you say, oh, I think that's a... Do not do that, okay? So you know it was a snake. That's the first thing you want to know first. Don't start reacting, because it could be just a plastic hose. Okay, it could be like something your grandchildren left inside the house that looks like a snake. You know how some snakes are like made of bamboo, you know those? And then they throw it and then it's on the floor and it may look like a real snake for you. All right? So then you have to really make sure you're on top of the sofa and you just say, are you a snake? First of all, if the snake is very calm and he just curled up there, you do not touch. Right? You see, Albert is actually experiencing some valid reaction. However, not allowing to see the truth. You need to check first whether that's a snake